a new nonprofit launched by a group of Trump administration alumni. It's called the America First Policy Institute, already facing its first test tonight. How to respond to Democrats pointing at populist conservatism as one of the justifications for why they now have to pack the U.S. Supreme Court. Let's bring in the president and CEO of the American First Policy Institute, Brooke Rollins, to discuss those claims. Brooke, good to see you tonight.
Hi, Shannon. Thank you so much for having me.
So where do you go from here when the left is, it seems, intent and repeatedly doing this talking point, linking anyone conservative or linked to the former President Trump to events like January 6th, to things that nobody would find excusable in any way? That is what they're going to continue to do, to try to link your group and others to the events like that.
Well, I think it's appalling, frankly, what they're doing. But first, let me say that our hearts and prayers go out to the people of Indianapolis. That could be, Shannon, your family, my family. I'm in Texas and you're in Washington, but still, those are our people, and really, truly, our prayers go out. So as the story unfolds, and thank you for doing such a good job on that, we're there with the wonderful people in Indianapolis. So let me say this: the fact that the Democrats can, with a straight face, stand up and say, because of the far right and what happened on January 6th, we now need to pack the court, is absolutely, truly appalling. Our Constitution has stood for almost 250 years. The fact that we have a United States Supreme Court that is there to protect the minority, that is there to protect individual liberties, that is there to protect freedom, and has truly and significantly worked for so long. And now, because the Democrats see, I guess, an opening where they can come in and say, oh no, but we want the Supreme Court to look just like the governing majorities in the United States House and Senate and the White House, is a non-stopper. And I will tell you, when you see that the American people only support this, only 3 out of 10, we know that the people are with us. So hopefully it doesn't go anywhere, but I'm glad we're talking about it, because it's very important that the American people understand that their liberties are slipping away with the governance happening in Washington.
And there's a lot being made of the GOP and whether there's a split there, whether there's a group that wants to follow on the heels of President Trump, others who say they want to keep his policies but not his style, others who say they want to do something else. Forbes has a report on this. It says several Republican lawmakers have expressed displeasure about the direction the GOP has gone under Trump. Congressman Adam Kinzinger, one of the 10 House Republicans who voted to impeach Trump, has launched a super PAC to challenge pro-Trump lawmakers and morph the GOP from a Trump first party to a country first party. What do you make of that conversation? And can the GOP close that family dispute before you get into 2022?
Well, it's a great question, but I don't think it's a binary question. I don't think, is it Trump, is it not Trump? Listen, the policies of the last 4 years were transformational. Lowest poverty rates, lowest unemployment, more jobs than people to fill them, energy independence that lifted so many people out of poverty, a fight for school choice, national security where for the first time we were bringing soldiers home and America had pride again in our country and our strength and our security. Really, everyone's for these issues. Whether or not you like the president or you didn't like the president, I was his domestic policy chief. I worked for him for 3 years. I love the president. I think his relentless, disruptive leadership changed the country for the better. But for those of you that may not have liked him, his policies were righteous, and they were based on truth. They were based on our founding fathers' vision for this country. And the amazing thing is, in the last 4 years, is it didn't just help a certain group of people. They weren't controlled by the elites or the central planners or the special interests. It truly and significantly helped all Americans, but especially those living on the margins in our underserved communities. Those are the forgotten men and women that this last administration fought for. And that's what the America First Policy Institute will continue to fight for.
Well, it's true, whether you're a supporter or a critic, that President Trump brought new people to the party and changed the numbers there.
That's
and
right.
Where you go from here, we'll watch and see. Brooke, thank you.
Shannon, thank you so much. Really great to be on.